I have read a lots of interesting books in 2024, but here are top 10 my favorite books which I have read in 2024 and I would like to share it with you. Knowledge is a power, but it becomes superpower when you implement it and when you share it with someone. As there is a beautiful saying, think before speaking, but read before thinking. And that's why I want you to think before speaking, but for that, you have to read before thinking. I don't know if you have read these books or not. If you have already read these books, just let me know in the comment section. If not, then definitely you have to read these books in 2025. Alright, so without wasting your precious time, let me share with you these top 10 my favorite books. Whatever books I am gonna share with you, you can buy these books from here. Here, as you can see, it's a tagged product, okay? So go there and just check all the books. So here's my first favorite book, The Wealth Money Can't Buy, written by Robin Sharma. Whenever we say wealth, so what comes in our mind first? Money, right? But no, this book is gonna change entirely the way you think about wealth, okay? What you are gonna read in this book, 8 hidden habits to live your richest life. The more interesting thing is this. You are going to learn from here 8 forms of wealth. So you see wealth in a form of money only, right? But here you are going to see wealth in 8 forms. If you want me to share it with you, very quickly let me share it with you. So first wealth is growth. Second is your wellness. Third is your family. Fourth wealth is your craft. Okay? Fifth is your money. Yeah, see, fifth money comes in fifth number when we talk about wealth. Sixth is community. Seventh is adventure. And eighth is service. Okay, and that's how you can see there are 8 forms of wealth. Another very interesting book which I have read in 2024 is The Art of Communicating. Very beautiful book, The Art of Communicating. You might be thinking that this book is going to teach you about vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, idioms. No. This book will teach you something beyond these things. You will meet with the soul of communication in this book. Not just about public speaking and any other thing, but the real heart soul of communication. You will read here that it's okay, you are learning a lot how to communicate with others, but have you even learned how to communicate with yourself? The Art of Communicating by Thich Nhat. And one thing I want to share with you about this book, one day I was just talking with a trainer and that lady told me that, if you read this book, I wasn't aware with this book that time, and she told me you will cry, because I started crying after reading this book. And then another day someone else told me that if you're gonna read this book, you will cry. But when I was reading this book, oh my God, yeah, I was getting little emotional. Not crying actually, I was getting little emotional, but I was feeling so connected while reading this book. And that's why I highly, highly recommend, please do read this book. Third very interesting book is Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. Oh wow. Now you might be thinking, Eat That Frog, what this book is gonna teach you? Time. About time. I don't know how good you are with time, but still you're gonna get something which you are lacking, okay? And the people who are actually struggling, who are not able to manage their time and all, I would say you must read this book. I don't know how many books you have read till now about time, but this book is gonna change your mentality entirely. And this book only, this only book will make you stand and take action if you are literally not able to manage your time and all. There are some little experiments are there, some tips and techniques, and if you implement these tips and techniques, oh wow, you will see drastic results. Why I'm saying this? Because when I was reading this book, suddenly I stood and I started taking action. Another interesting book is You Become What You Think, written by Shubham Kumar Singh. You can read this one. And wow, I just love Buddha's teaching. And when I read this book, oh my God, very beautiful, very deep lessons are there inside this book. Okay, this book is gonna change the quality of your life if you implement the teachings, whatever are there inside this book. And one more thing, if you are going to read this book in rush, you may not get anything. Okay, so you have to be very calm, very peace, in serenity, and then you have to read this book. Then you will be able to connect very deeply. All right, so do buy this beautiful book. Another book, my favorite book, very, very interesting book, and I guess you guessed it. You Can Win by Shiv Khera. You know what? I have read it twice. Yes, I have read it twice, and you know what? I'm going to read it one more time. If you ask what I'm going to learn from this book, seriously, you should not ask. Directly, you should buy and read this book. And I would not recommend that go and read soft copy and all. I would say, please do buy this book. This book is gonna change the way you see success, not just success, a lot of things. You Can Win by Shiv Khera. This book alone will teach you about a lot of things, about health, about wealth, about success, about attitude, about environment, about self-respect, about reputation, about character. Oh wow, this book was just wow. This book is just wow. I want you to read this book if you really want to learn a lot of things in different areas. And I believe this person is really very knowledgeable and very great person. Please, if you want to see success in a different way, if you really want to add urgency in your life, you must read this book. You Can Win by Shiv Khera. Another interesting book, and I guess again you have guessed it, and the book is 11 Rules for Life by Chetan Bhagat. Again, I have read this book twice. I will read it one more time. Now, if you ask what this book will teach you, so obviously about a lot of things. First and foremost thing is about success, okay? Clarity. I don't know what, but after reading this book, you will get clarity in your life. And if you have big dreams in life and you are quite concerned how I'm going to achieve these goals, then this book will tell you how you can achieve these goals. And yes, one very interesting thing about fitness. This book will teach you if you're not taking care of your health, you're not taking care of your hair, your skin, your body, if you're not taking care at all, this book will force you, this book will make you take care of yourself. And you will be shocked how straightforwardly this author has given suggestion and advice. Okay, you will even feel little bad that why is he saying like this to me, but he is actually opening your eyes while saying this. Okay, another very interesting book, You Can Achieve More, again by Shiv Khera. And let me tell you why I bought this book. Actually, when I read that book, You Can Win by Shiv Khera, I was quite excited because language, first thing language, it is written in very easy language. Anyone can read it. Whether you are a reader or not, whether you understand English or not, but you will understand these books, okay? So when I read that first book, I was just literally going crazy to read more books written by Shiv Khera. Then I purchased this one. You Can Achieve More by Shiv Khera. Like the lessons are kind of similar, but not that much. If you want to buy, you can buy, but still you will get a lot of things from this book too. Just move for some calmness, serenity. Yeah, so for that, I have read this book in 2024, The Art of Resilience by Gauranga Das. Yes, they will also teach you about success, about mental health, about a lot of things, but not in a normal way, in a monk way. Okay, and I really loved it, that how they have shared beautiful knowledge with us. And you will learn about, that how problem comes in our life and how we face problems and how we supposed to face problems. Okay, so they have shared with us a lot of interesting stories are there inside this book. Okay, they have put themselves in a situation, obviously not intentionally, but they were in some situations and how they came out. Okay, and how beautifully they have just resolved problems and all. You are going to learn from this book. So please do purchase this book, The Art of Resilience by Gauranga Das. Another very interesting book written by a monk again. And why I purchased this one? Because I liked this book of Gauranga Das, then I purchased this one. Again, written by Gauranga Das. The art of focus, the art of focus. And it's not just about you need focus when you are studying, but about relationship, about career, about spirituality, about your mental health, about everything. This book is gonna teach you exactly how to focus. Yeah, somewhere I think we already know how to focus, but we need a mentor. We need someone who can teach us step by step, someone can guide us, right? And I believe these people have decades of experience. Yeah, and that's why they have written these beautiful books and they have captured their decades of experience in these pages. Then why not to read? Why not to grab these beautiful knowledge and implement in your life and improve the quality of your life? Another very interesting book, again a monk, Life's Amazing Secret, written by Gaur Gopal Das. I read this book in 2024, and by the way, I have read more books written by Gaur Gopal Das, but I liked this one. First thing is first, this monk is quite funny. Okay, he's gonna make everything fun so you can learn the most painful lesson of life in a funny manner. Okay, in an entertaining manner. And this monk has a habit of cracking jokes a lot. Okay, so a crying person can laugh. All right, so now what you're gonna learn from this book, as it is written here, Life's Amazing Secret. So there was one thing which was quite intriguing in this book. If you're gonna read this book, you will find it how he has put himself as a monk. He has put himself in some situations. Sometimes he was going to some relatives and how he left his home and how he has to face a lot of judgments, and when even his father died, how people were literally judging him and just blaming him, and how he conquered, how he actually faced that all. So one thing which I literally liked about this person, whenever he was encountering any situation in his life, whether any situation or a person, maybe a partner, maybe very judgy people or friend or whoever, he was learning lessons from each and every one. And I was quite shocked how beautifully he has explained the lessons which he has learned from different people in life. And we aren't even aware what's happening in our surroundings. Last book which I'm just about to complete in 2024, I guess just 2 or 3 days left now, and I have to complete this book anyhow because I'm quite excited because from 1st of January I'm going to read new interesting books which I have. So can you guess the book which I'm reading nowadays? The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. The pronunciation is quite complex and difficult. David Schwartz. Okay, so nowadays I'm reading this interesting book and a lot of interesting lessons are there. As you can see, the name is The Magic of Thinking Big. So this book is gonna make you believe that nothing is impossible in life if you believe and if you want it. If you want to achieve, then nothing is impossible. But the first and foremost thing is you have to believe in you. I want you to read it so you will get these interesting lessons by yourself. Yeah, I can share these lessons here too, but I believe when you have a conversation with author, one-on-one conversation, when you read, it's kind of you're having conversation with an author, then you learn in a better way, right? So that's why I want you to go for this book. This book will teach you that how you can even make things possible which you think is not possible at all. And even I was quite shocked. Can I tell you one thing? I took a lot of actions and I actually did things which I was thinking is not possible after reading this book. As I've already said at first, yes, reading is good, getting knowledge is good, but if you're not gonna implement it and share it with someone, then no, there is no point then, okay? And as, a lot of people say it's okay, put these books aside, we will learn from life itself. So as I always say, life is too short to learn from life itself. Yeah, life is too short to learn from life itself. That's why you must read these books, because a lot of people, yes, they have done a lot of mistakes, they have learned a lot of lessons, and a lot of experience they have left in these pages. Why? So you can read, so you can be aware, conscious, right, before facing any problem. I believe you will suffer less if you already know how I supposed to face the problem, how I supposed to deal with the problem.